we have certain energetic capacity to receive money, okay? And no matter what strategy we try, what we do, how much hard we work, and all those things, there is a capacity, and until we stretch it, it doesn't work. So in this session, I'm going to share with you how to really increase that capacity and what does it look like and what are the two biggest things where people think, oh, this is crazy, I can't handle it. And that is exactly what's happening to stretch your capacity and all the beautiful things. So let's dive in. But this is the formula to increase your energetic capacity. So let's say that you are doing $3,000, pounds a month, and you want to get to 10K, 20K, 50K, whatever that is, okay? So currently, if we take this example as a cup, that you are a cup which can hold a certain amount of liquid, okay? And in order for that cup to hold more liquid, it needs to stretch, it needs to increase its capacity. So if we think of like a cup, and if we pour more water than its capacity, it's gonna fall, it's gonna spill, right? But if we stretch it, or if we increase the capacity, the water can go inside. And how we increase our own capacity, this is literally what we are programmed to hold every single month. And what we are programmed to hold, it shows up in our bank account. That's what it comes down to. Now, when it comes to increasing the capacity, it involves nervous system regulation. So when I say nervous system regulation, what do I really mean by this? When I say nervous system regulation, what I mean is that when you are receiving the money, hi Monica, when you're receiving the money, you will have to stretch that capacity. You will have to stretch your inner capacity, which means you will have to be okay with the things, with not knowing, with unknown, with sometimes risk, with disappointment, and with all those things. So if I give you an example, what I really mean, and this is very specific to nervous system regulation. So keep an eye where you feel it in your body or in your nervous system, where you start to have that, and realizing that there is nothing wrong with me, I'm just increasing my capacity. So let's say, and I'm just giving an example, but you can use it in any situation. Let's say you want to sell your product or your offer, and you're selling it, and you put, if you're a coach and you sell it via social media, or let's say if you're selling it via advertisement, or if you reach out to people, whatever way you have, right? You put it out there. Now your nervous system will go crazy, and it will start to open up all your receiving wounds, all your receiving traumas from your childhood, saying, why are you doing this? What if nobody buys? What if nobody does anything? What if it's a complete disaster? What if you look stupid? What if it doesn't happen? What if it doesn't work? And the reason your nervous system will do it is because it is connecting that thing to your safety. So when you're putting yourself out there and you're selling, especially it happens when it comes to selling, it happens when it comes to, let's say you do something for the first time and you expect certain kind of response from people, or it happens when you apply for a job interview, like any of the things where you don't know what the response is going to be, your nervous system will get a little bit dysregulated. That means you will feel a lot of fear. A part of you will be saying, why are we doing this? Like you will feel terrified. Okay, so Bob Proctor used to call it terror barrier, where you are introducing a new energy, a new capacity in your subconscious, and it's not currently holding that, and it's going in the terror mode, where you're like, can I just switch off? Can I just leave? Can I just not do it? Can I just run away? So the feeling is literally terror. The feeling is, I don't want to do this. The feeling is, oh my God, what's, like, you feel so dysregulated, you feel so unsafe, you feel so crazy. Like literally that's how it is. This is actually the point when you're increasing your capacity. That's why it's happening. So instead of thinking, what is wrong with me? Why am I feeling this way? I should just unplug. I shouldn't be doing that. I'm not ready. None of that. It is actually the time when you're stretching. If you think of stretching something, when you're stretching the rubber band, or when you're stretching something, when you're stretching a pipe or something, there is a discomfort, there is a resistance, there is a feeling of like, oh, this is it's like you're pushing against. And this is nervous system regulation. This is stretching your capacity to receive. This is the thing which will lead to stretch. So what do we do then? What do we do when we feel so uncomfortable? What do we do when we feel like, I just want to run away, I just want to unplug, I can't do this? What do? We do breath work. What do? We do tapping. What do? We say, you know what, I'm okay. And other than that, there is a really powerful tool, insanely powerful tool, that will always be at your disposal. And I'm sure you have heard it a million times, but today I want to explain it in a very, very different way. And that tool is gratitude. So gratitude, not like, oh yeah, I'm grateful for my life. Yeah, I know, I'm grateful. Gratitude is when you're like, oh my God, look at my life right now. If you have kids, look at my kids. Like, I've got healthy kids. I've got incredible kids. I've got a home that I can live in. And the layer of gratitude that we really want to start going in is 3 levels, because when you tap into that frequency, I will tell you the magic that happens with your nervous system regulation. And this is so powerful. So when you tap into that frequency of, let's say you're grateful for your home. Now, the first level is, I'm grateful for my home. The second level is, why am I grateful for my home? So that's the second level. Why am I grateful? I'm grateful because I can live there. It's a comfortable place. It's a place where I feel comfortable. Okay, third level, what if I didn't have any place to live? And then you think, what if I was homeless? What if I literally have no place to live? And you feel like, oh my God, I'm so grateful for my home. It's like you catch your breath back. And when you start to tune into this golden thread of gratitude, all of a sudden you start to be grateful for the money you have right now, the things you have right now, the fact that you were able to put out that ask in, like, you were able to create that offer, you were able to create that product, you were able to follow your purpose. Like, you start to realize that, oh my God, like, there is so much, and your heart starts to feel full. And what starts to happen is, you start to build the desire for the things you have right now. So not because I've got a house, so I don't care about it anymore. I have a partner, I don't care about that person anymore because I have it. You all of a sudden start falling in love and desiring from the place of, oh my God, I feel so full. The things that you have right now, the people that you have right now, the experiences that you have right now, the nice things that happen in your life right now, you start to desire them now. And what starts to happen is that as you desire them now, you realize that while you're desiring the things that you have right now, you are also desiring the things that you don't have right now. But the moment you start to desire the things you have right now, the things you don't have right now get on the same frequency, because that's also what you desire. And it starts all of a sudden from looking at it's not working, or you're too focused on that, or you're too focused on like controlling the situation, or feeling the pain, or trying to wrestle control. All of a sudden you get in that frequency of, I have it. And the things you want, you're calling in, you start to pull them with the same thread. So the key of nervous system regulation is that you will feel that stretch. You will go through that discomfort. You will feel all the things, like all the reasons to unplug, all the reasons to give up, all the reasons to, I don't want to do this anymore, all the reasons to disconnect. But that is the point where you're stretching. And if you can go through that with grace, if you can go through that with this thing that I'm okay, by breath work, by tapping, using the tools, by profound gratitude, you all of a sudden stretch your nervous system. So now it doesn't matter what the outcome is, because whatever that situation is happening, that discomfort is for your stretch. And as you quantum leap, you will look back and say, you remember that was a time when I used to really wish that I attracted this much money, and now I can do it in 1 minute. Because as you increase your capacity, what happens is that the amount of money that you can earn in a month, you start earning in a day. The amount of money you start earning in a day, you can earn in an hour. So that's how you stretch your capacity. But the process to stretch your capacity is that stretch, that discomfort. So instead of fighting it, instead of letting it control you and giving in, you realize, I'm actually stretching right now. So I realize it's a stretch. This is the stretching. So if you find yourself getting too nervous, maybe getting too cranky, screaming at your kids, or feeling so disoriented, or everybody's relaxed and you're like, oh my God, I'm constantly thinking about it. I'm checking my phone, I'm refreshing my Stripe, I'm seeing if I'm getting the payment notification. While you're doing, if you can surrender and say, you know what? it is so much already. I have so much right now. I feel my heart is full, and I am safe. I'm safe with whatever happened. So worst case, what's going to happen? You wouldn't get that sale. So what? That whatever happens is the part of your nervous system stretching so that you can manifest what you desire. So I want to share with you an example, which is very, very vulnerable example, but this will really help you see how it looks like in action. Okay. So when for the very first time I launched a program, it was the first ever time in my coaching business. I launched a program, I did a masterclass, and I did a 3-day masterclass. The third day was where I was selling my program. And I remember when I was selling it, I felt in my body like I was so nervous. It was crazy. It was so difficult. Even I felt that dip in my energy and all of those things. And then when I did that and I turned it off, I had this thing like, I can't take this. I can't take it. It's too hard. It's too difficult. I want to just unplug. I want to just disconnect from the situation. I don't want to expect anything. I just want to give up. Even nothing had happened, but the feeling, the discomfort, even that, that not knowing what's going to happen was so uncomfortable, because what I realized was we are too worried about the disappointment. We are not worried about actually getting what we want, but more worried about the pain, handling the disappointment, handling not knowing. And this is all part of nervous system regulation, right? So I think it was 1 week I had the time when people could sign up, and nobody signed up, right? Nobody signed up. And I was like, oh my God, this was very, very intense. Okay. Then what happened was, I at that time I said to myself, what happened if nobody signed up? I'm fine. I'm okay. Like I learned so many things. I got to do so many things. And few days later, few people reached out to me and said, we just want to have a quick conversation with you. And I said, okay, we just want to jump on a call. Fine, you can jump on a call. And 4 people signed up for the same offer. But by that time, my nervous system was stretched. So they said, I'm sorry, I couldn't sign up in the given time frame because I had a lot of questions and I don't know how to reach out to you. And finally, I figured out I can just send you a message and ask you, and we don't know how you're going to respond. So we had a couple of questions. So I answered their questions and they signed up straight away. So once your nervous system is regulated, you become a match for that thing, you receive it. Now, when there is dysregulation, the nervous system, this feeling of, oh my God, I feel so uncomfortable, I can't handle not knowing, I'm going to control the situation. What are the things we do? And what are the things that impact? What we do is we try to go and control the situation. So instead of saying, I've put my offer there and I'm going to lean back and I'm going to see and I'm going to allow myself to receive, because if you're not in the receiving energy, you cannot receive. If you're still like constantly checking your phone, constantly checking, somebody sent you a message, somebody liked your post, somebody did, and I'm giving you example of coaching, but you can literally do it to any other example. If it's a job interview, you're constantly refreshing your emails. If you're doing trading, you're constantly like anything where you're trying to control when the action is not required, but because you cannot handle the pain, you're trying to control the situation, is because your nervous system cannot handle and it wants to know, it wants to control. So if you start reaching out to people and saying, have you seen my offer? Have you seen my offer yet? Have you seen on social media I put this offer? I wanted to know if you're interested to sign up. That is, I'm trying to control because I can't handle the pain. Or just deleting it and saying, you know what, I can't handle this, just leave it. Or if you have given a job interview and you're calling the company and saying, have you decided yet? Or if whatever that is, when you know that the action is not required. So how do we know that the action is required or not, right? How do we know if it's the right action or not? What frequency are you doing it from? Are you doing it from the frequency of, I can't handle the pain, so I need to know. In order to need to know, I'm just going to wrestle the situation. Or I'm doing it from the frequency of, I feel it in my body that this is the right thing to do. I'm doing it from the frequency of maybe could mean yes. So one of the greatest frequencies that I learned to tap into is, what if it works? But the other question is, what if it doesn't? And if you are so glued to it has to work, your mind will focus on not being able to handle the pain and making sure it works. And this is where it goes wrong, because instead of allowing yourself to receive it, what we do is we try to force the situation, and it doesn't happen. How many times we get cold DMs and things from people and who are trying to get, and we block them, and we don't like that. So this is what happens when we are in the chasing energy. The other person has to lean back. It's the energetics. But when we're like, you know what I have done is enough. And maybe could mean yes. And if it means no, for any reason, I'll be fine. But I'm going to hold on to the thing. Maybe could mean yes. Could mean yes. What if it works? So, okay, but then your mind will be like, what if it doesn't work? I'll be fine. I'll be okay. I know what my energetic match is. That means I can go within and try to stretch myself more. I can go within and even hold a better self-image, even have a better identity. So it is showing me that I'm still not a match. It doesn't mean it's not for me. It's for me. It's given. It's already here. So none of that is true. What it means is that instead of trying to control the situation, I will ascend more. I will shift my beliefs more. So what it means is, it could be like, in order to make it really relatable, it's like having a baby. If you try to see the baby is ready in 7 months, it's not. The baby still, it's like you're still becoming a match. You're in the oven, you're cooking, right? So instead of saying, oh, there is no baby, I'm not doing it, what you say is, you know what? I know it's mine. I know it's already mine. I'm going to go within and rise more. I'm going to go within and shift my identity more. I'm going to go within and be the best of me even more. I'm going to go within and even go and ascend to another level. And if we start to do that, imagine how much beauty and great things we will have around us. So when I see on social media, and I'm going to give you an example of social media, but you can see in every part of your life, there is so much mediocrity. Everybody is so worried about getting. How to get the clients, how to get this, how to get... So it's like the whole effort in this situation is controlling the attraction. I want to make sure I get that. No, that's the job of law of attraction. What is attraction? Attraction is when you are a match for something, when two things are vibrational alignment, they are a match, they attract automatically. So your job is to be the vibrational match. Your job is not to get. But the problem is when we are so focused on getting and making sure it works, making sure we are not focused on being the best of us. That's why it's almost like, it's like we are not playing as our highest self. We are more focused on, shall we get, so that we make sure that we are not disappointed. We make sure that we are not in pain because we can't handle the pain. We make sure that we were right, because what if I really put my heart and soul into it and I do it and then I don't get what I was expecting, and then I feel so dumb. I feel like, why? When I thought it's going to work. So what is the point of all of that? The point of all of those is to be the best of us. This is the point. The point is to be our greatest self, to ascend, to express ourselves in the greatest way. And when you do that, your vibrational match finds you. So if you give it all and you don't control and you let it be and you see, okay, what is my match? I want to see what is my match. And I'm okay with seeing what is my match because I know I can ascend more. I can ascend more. And a point will come when I look back and say, there used to be a time, and you'll have so much respect and love for that version of you who still did it, who still kept going, who still ascended, who still kept doing the thing and being the version and kept rising and kept ascending and kept choosing better beliefs and kept cooking that vision in the oven until it was ready. So this is the beauty. The key here is whatever you are a match for, you'll find it. You will attract it. It will come to you. So when it comes to action, the action is only doing it from the place of that feels good, that feels right, that feels aligned, not from fear, not from not being able to handle the pain. Being okay with, okay, this is my match for now, and whatever my vibrational match is, it's inevitable. So I just focus on being the best of me. And if you see people around you who are really focused on being the best of them, like you see it, there is this magic about them. There is this effortlessness about them. There is no chase. There is no trying. There is no pushing. There is just magic. There is this magnetism. You're like, who is this person? Oh my God. When they express themselves, when they say something, when they are being, it's so magnetic. So what if we really cut this chase and say, you know what? I'm just being the best of me, and I'm trusting that my vibrational match will find me, because law of attraction works as precisely as gravity. It works since the beginning of the time. So I don't need to control it. I want to be the best of me and trust that my best of me is my truest self. And if I don't get it now, it's just a reflection of I can ascend more. There is more activation. There is more shifting my beliefs. There is more shifting my identity. There is more spirit. There is more joy and more love that I can do. There is more. There's better. And when we really start to focus on that, the way we quantum leap, the faster we quantum leap. Because all this time that we spend on getting, there is no point. Let's not do the role of law of attraction. It's perfect. It's working perfectly. So now the question is, how do we be the best of us? How do we really practice and quantum leap and do it fast and do it in a very small time? And the answer is by using our imagination. By using our imagination. And the way I see it becoming a vibrational match is that when you set yourself a money frequency, a fixed number, you say to yourself, okay, this is the money frequency. The way you want to do it is you want to kiss it and you want to let it go. You want to kiss it and you want to let it go. And when I say you want to kiss it, not in literally kiss it, but more like you are feeling it, you play with it, you emotionalize it, you do romance with it, and then you let it go. So how would my life look like when I'm manifesting that kind of money, when I have those kind of clients, when I have that business, when I have that much money, when I have that job? How would I be? How would I walk? You keep playing with that, you keep romanticizing that life, and you let it go. So you keep using your imagination, you keep falling in love with the idea, you keep seeing that, and you let it go. If you try to force yourself to believe it, or force yourself to say, I really need this, so I want to I just want to make it, I want to force myself, I want to see that, can I believe this, does it work? You're just forcing, and force negates. It's not going to work. The fastest and the easiest way is having that light touch frequency. When you're holding something lightly, it's so taken care of. When you hold something like so tight, it gets destroyed. It gets all squashed up. So what you want to do is you want to have that light touch frequency. Oh my God, I love this. This is so good. And if you look at your current reality, you're like, oh my God, I'm so far away. It doesn't matter. There is so much right now. When you fall in love with where you're going, with one foot in the frequency of, oh my God, my life is so good. I feel so much gratitude for the things I have, because if I didn't have that, oh my God, if I didn't have a home, if I didn't have money, if I didn't have my children, if I didn't have my partner, if I didn't have this, if I didn't have my parents, if I didn't have, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If I wasn't healthy, if I wasn't able to walk, if I didn't have eyes and arms and legs, oh my God. So while your heart is full, you desire with a full heart. You keep romanticizing with that frequency. You keep bringing those images, the kind of house you want to live in, the car you're driving, the clients, the business, the life, the purpose, the mission, what you're doing. You do all those things, you keep romanticizing them, and you let them go with a very light-hearted frequency. And the moment you start to feel the stretch and discomfort, you sit with yourself, you take care of yourself, you do tapping, you do breath work, you do what you need. You don't force yourself to feel abundant at that time. You take care of yourself. So if you're thinking, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen, I don't know if it's going to work, it's not working, instead of saying, okay, I want to think and I want to feel the most abundant. No, take a deep breath. Be with yourself. Realize your nervous system is feeling unsafe right now, and realize that it's just a frequency. It's a new frequency, it's a new energy. Your nervous system is not used to it. There is a new thing entered in your nervous system. It's completely different energy. It's stretching. Let it stretch. Let it stretch. Take a deep breath. Don't fight the stretching, because that's how we increase our capacity in the first place. So we don't just increase our capacity when we're feeling good. We increase our capacity when we are like, this is crazy, I can't do this, I just want to switch off, I just want to not do it. That is the real stretch. And when you keep doing it, a point comes where you're like, it's like tying the shoelaces. In the beginning, when we tried to tie the shoelaces, it was the hardest thing, it was the most annoying thing. And now we can do it while on the phone, while eating something. can do it so fast without even looking. So that's how you keep stretching. You keep stretching. But if you fight the stretching, how will you stretch at the first place? So when these things are happening, embrace them. Take care of yourself. Take deep breaths. Do some tapping. Be with yourself. Just allow yourself to feel the emotions without judging. Allow yourself to feel it, but not saying, okay, it's not meant for me. Oh, it's not working for me. I wanted it to work now. It's like you are having a baby, but just because by 8th month the baby wasn't ready, you're now just throwing the baby out of the thing. No, I don't want it anymore because it didn't happen in my timelines. So let's not use time against us. Let's not use time that if it doesn't work on my time scales, it's already done. It's just waiting for you to stretch your capacity. And all the things that are happening in the process are stretching your capacity. So if you are not embracing them, if you're not experiencing them, if you're fighting them, the thing that you want is already here. It's just we are not a match yet. Because we cannot handle the nerves. We cannot handle the not knowing. Why is it that people who are very, very rich, and I'm talking specifically about money here because it's a money program, why is it that they lose their money at times and they get it all back? Because they have that nervous system, like they have stretched themselves enough. Why is it, if you see like very, very like multi-millionaires, billionaires, they get fines, huge fines. Sometimes, like I was reading on the newspaper, I think it was about Trump, and again, it's a very different debate what Trump is like and all of those things, but just this example where he got a fine for like 400 million or something, and I was thinking to myself, receiving a kind of fine which is $400 million, how can he handle that in his nervous system? Because he's stretched. He's in the world record for having the most amount of debt, 900 million. One person to have that much debt. How can he handle that? Because he has stretched his capacity. So stretching capacity doesn't mean just feeling good thoughts. Stretching capacity doesn't mean just feeling abundant and visualizing. Stretching capacity is not knowing, feeling the discomfort, feeling all over the place, feeling like, I don't know what's going to happen. This is crazy. This is stretching your capacity. So while you're creating those images of your life, and what I really say is that keep bringing those images throughout your day. So when you're driving, bring the image, create a scenario that you have just manifested that amount of money, how you feel. What is the first thing you're going to do when you see that in your bank account? What is the first thing you want to do when you see that notification, that payment notification adding up to that amount? What will you, creating those scenarios, constantly romanticizing with them, constantly hugging them and then letting go with the light-hearted frequency. As things are happening to help you stretch, take it. Take care of yourself. Be with yourself. Realize that this is what is leading to that. Because the moment you will go through that with grace, the moment you will not unplug, you just stretch. How do we stretch something? We put it through some kind of tension, and the moment it goes through that, it stretches, right? It stretches. Now it's stretched. This is literally how we stretch our capacity. So if you can go through it with grace, you are stretched. This is how it's going to work. So while you're desiring, while you're dreaming, it's very important to regulate your nervous system. If you find that you're getting very cranky, that is a sign. You can be screaming at others. Little things can be annoying you. Maybe you're not able to sleep. Maybe there is a lot of discomfort or anxiety. All stretching. And the key is not to just let them take you on. This key is to be with yourself, feel your emotions. If you are having these symptoms, that means you're not allowing yourself to feel the emotions. You're ignoring them. You're just dimming them down. And that's not stretching either. Stretching means when you let those emotions, when you process those emotions, when you be with yourself, when you're okay with that, when you're moving with grace, when you're still plugged in, and you still see that vision, you're still romanticizing, you're still hugging that vision, you're still keep bringing like different aspects of that vision. You're constantly bringing like, okay, I'm having those sessions with my clients. I am earning that much money. I'm doing this. I'm constantly normalizing that life by using my imagination. I'm walking like that. I'm talking like that. I'm moving like that. I'm increasing my confidence. I'm saying things differently. My habits are changing. My beliefs are changing. The way I see money is changing. But I'm moving with the 3D with grace. Because your imagination and 3D both are helping you become the match. Not it's just your plan. It's the way God or universe is forming all those things are also for your capacity. So keeping those images, constantly bringing them. Like for example, if you are going for a walk, can you say to yourself, okay, I'm going for a walk. I will have very, like, all my hormones are gonna release and I'll feel a lot lighter. So let me create a scenario where I just bought my dream car. Okay, so what would I do? I would go to test drive my car first. Let's go for it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Oh, I'm just seeing myself manifesting these clients. Perfect. What does it feel like? I'm just seeing myself landing the job, seeing every single detail, seeing as much detail as you will see in the real life. Using your imagination, stretching your imagination, using it and feeling it and seeing the colors, using all 5 senses. That's how you normalize the thing. And then you increase your capacity through the contrast. And as you keep doing that, before you know it, you're already there. But not according to your plan, according to the divine plan. This is the difference.